So this is the first recorded session of Evatoria Campaign 2.
Yay!
So, I don't know if you guys wanted to I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna DM now, guys, okay?
Okay.
Sounds good.
So, first off, I know a lot of people have done a lot of downtime scenes. Days are a little bit wibbly-wobbly right now. This is just fitting in wherever you guys have had space in your downtime scenes. Because we are filling time between the 8th of Damar to the night of the 14th, which is the eclipse.
Right.
So within that time, besides the downtime scenes that have been done, discussed, ran through, skipped over, however we want to do this, we are going to be fitting in a few scenes. First off, we are going to be starting with a goodbye to our dear friend.
Calais.
Yes.
So, Calais, when you all got letters a few days ago, Calais got one from his father, and it made him really homesick. A lot of things have been going on. You know, you guys escaped Otana, which was getting covered by the blight. Went back halfway across the world. Cults and gods and spooky towers and spooky whirlpools. And Calais thinks it's time to go home. So everyone is gathered, including our dear friend Sasha, who will be joining us later. And you guys are saying goodbye to Calais as he is going to be taking a ship home. So
Also, as an aside, Leo would have come in early in the morning with pastries for everyone because this was a thing we had discussed.
Yay!
Pastries. Also, side note, I am amused because I, as DM, have found out or been reminded that both of our player characters who are from the Genasi cities, both of their mothers run bakeries.
That is adorable and hilarious.
It is funny that that's how that played out. Because I definitely wrote that in another campaign.
I wrote it just because I wanted Astaria to have just normal parents.
Exactly. I wanted Flux to have just plain normal, like, everyday people as, like, parents.
So it amuses me that Baker is normal mother to you guys.
So cute. I love it.
So you all...
I mean, at least they bring home the bread.
Oh my word, Panama.
With that ends our session for the night.
Right.
We just got here.
So,
sorry.
I thought somebody had a soundboard for a moment there.
Maybe we'll just lock it.
Yeah, that was just me.
Yeah, I figured that out after. But yeah.
So you all are sitting around a breakfast table area. I don't know if it's quite big enough, but you're all, lounging around, going to have breakfast and say goodbye to your dear friend.
While Calais is getting his stuff organized to pack up, he pauses for a moment as he considers his almost obtusely large sleeping bag, and then he looks back at the others, and at present he's in his Warforged form. He's gotten a much stronger appreciation for being a Warforged. He still loves being human, and for a while that morning he actually was scooting around as a human because he was just having fun with it. But now that it's getting to be time to go, he is back to his Warforged self. And as he considers his sleeping bag, he kind of tilts his head for a moment, and he looks over at the others, and he considers it. He's notably gauging how tall everybody is, and after a moment, he says, "If I am going home, I do not know if I will need this. Does anybody need or want a spare sleeping bag in case it gets cold?"
I think Leo still doesn't actually have one.
Settles it then. So he rolls the sleeping bag up nice and tidy, and he sets it beside the couch, out of tripping range, but just beside the couch for Leo to collect later on when he needs it.
Thank you. I'll put it to good use.
I'm sure you will, whatever the use may be.
You wanna like I don't know, write your name on it or something?
Oh,
To like
Calais blinks for a
remember you more.
moment. Calais blinks for a moment at this. Would it not be better to find a way to sew my name onto it? If you just write it on there with ink, it might wash off.
Yeah,
Or
you're
were
right.
you using a metaphor?
Well, no. I was just asking. I don't know how to
Oh.
sew. Do you know how to sew?
No,
I'll
I
find
know how to
somebody.
paint.
We know a few tailors and people who can sew in the city.
Right.
I'm talking in the wrong accent. I know a few
The
people.
hazards of jumping games.
Yes. I know a few people who can sew and things, so no. From here. She just kinda looks at Calais. I can definitely say I did not expect our adventures together to end so soon, but I know it's what's best for you, and you're doing it even if I am going to miss you terribly.
I am going to miss all of you too. This has been an incredible experience, and I have learned a lot for doing it. I have seen and interacted with many things and people that I did not think I would ever be able to do that with, and he pauses for a moment because he's stumbling over his words a little, and he thinks, I did not think I would ever meet people quite like anyone here, and I mean that in a very good way, even with the hiccups we have had along the way. That was a metaphor. And he's just so proud of himself for finally using a metaphor properly.
It was, we definitely have had some hiccups. I think we're finding our foot.
Calais smiles and nods a bit and thinks a little bit more, and then he's like, I will make sure to write a letter for everybody once I get home. I think that would be a good idea. I think Cade would like the idea too.
Yeah, I would love to hear from you, just to know that you arrived safely back home.
Agreed. And I mean, I know the adventures will probably be more, chicken based, but I still would love to hear about them.
I will make sure you get to read them. They will probably be, like you said, full of barnyard poultry and other such things, but they will be fun, I think.
And I hope maybe someday we can visit and actually meet the poultry for ourselves.
Calais' optics light up when you say that, and he just seems to smile all the more. I think that would be a great idea. If you were ever in the area, I think that would be a lot of fun. and I'm pretty sure that my goose would really like to meet you guys. And my father, he will really want to meet you as well.
What city are you from again?
I am from a small farm just outside of Yelazran.
Right.
I would love to meet him properly this time.
Would probably be good. You kind of just nodded to him and offered a short greeting before we left.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
You know, you have improved a lot since we met. It has been really nice to watch. Everybody has grown, and I am
You as
so glad
well.
that I was a part of it. And then he just smiles all the more when Leo says that he noticed Calais grew as well.
Astaria kind of takes Leo's hand. Said him lightly before looking back to Calais.
Calais notes the little hand grab and just grins. You, based on what you can make of his expression, you're pretty sure that if the Forged had eyebrows, he would be doing the little eyebrow raise thing. Like the eyebrow wiggle. He'd be doing the little eyebrow wiggle at you too, and he just offers a cheeky little look before the cheeky look fades into just a super excited and happy smile.
Just see Astaria playfully roll her eyes and shake her head a bit.
Are we is Calais leaving from the house, or are we gonna like walk him to the ship and stuff?
He would never find his way to the dock.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe we are going to walk him.
Okay.
If we left him to his own devices, he'd probably just end up at the Mandibu corridor. Because it's probably the place he knows where it is the best.
Yeah, he would honestly wind up there and then just have no idea where he was going.
Would he be taking a sailing vessel or an airship? Now, keep in mind, if you remember from session 0, you did have to travel to the airship field, so either way, you wouldn't get directly to home. You'd have to travel from either a port or from the airship field.
Which one would be more likely to get him home quickly? Like, well, faster, I mean.
The airships do travel faster than the seafaring ships, typically.
Okay.
Which landing spot is closer to...
Yeah.
I'm looking at the maps. One moment. I believe it would be the airship, but I can find my maps. I know where they are. I've only been DMing this world for like a year. I believe the airship field is closer by at least about a day.
He'll probably go for the airship route then.
Perfect. So, do you guys all take a walk to the airship docks?
Yep. Yep.
Right. So you guys all leave Astaria's home and make your way through the morning air to the airship field to say one last goodbye to Calais before he goes on his way back across the skies.
Do I recognize the ship taking him when we get there?
Would you like to?
Sure.
Sure.
Cool.
Before Calais steps on the ship, Leo will like hesitate for a second, but then give him a big hug.
Calais is more than happy to hug Leo back, and he gives him like the best hug he can, being careful not to crush him. And he laughs a little. As much as we have had an intriguing friendship from the beginning, I am very happy to call you my brother.
Oh my god. Leo, like, oh my god. He looks touched, and he'll reach up and just pat Clay's cheek. I'm gonna miss you too. You're You're the best little brother I've ever had.
He just grins.
Astaria walks up. Wait, I almost forgot to give you something.
I just blinks.
And she reaches into her bag. I got this when we were at the festival, and she hands him a coloring book that is filled with the 4 island animals. So it's got the mantaboos, the fire ferrets, the foxballs, and the moth kitties.
Kalei just looks so surprised and excited as he accepts the book. He's like, I will have a lot of fun painting this. Thank you so much. And then he kind of pauses for a moment and then just kind of holds his arms out as though offering a hug, but he doesn't want to force one on Astaria because he knows that she doesn't do touching all that well.
Is he human looking, or not that it's gonna matter? But
no, he is full blown forged right now.
Yeah, she hugs him without hesitation. She would have even if he was fleshy, but yeah, she hugs him without hesitation. And then she kind of pulls back and is like, tell the captain you're my friend. I know them. Don't let them mess with you, okay?
He kind of seems curious about that. Like, I will try to remember that. If I know which one the captain is, I will keep that in mind.
You will know. Captains around here, generally speaking, don't hide that they're the captain.
To know. I look forward to meeting them. And then he thinks for a moment after that, and he's looking over the whole group, and then he just, after Astaria has let go and stepped back, he actually just holds his arms out towards the others as well, just inviting any of them to give him a hug because he's not gonna see them again for a while. And yes, that includes Nemea.
Flux will walk up and obliges. We'll hug Kalei. And
Kalei
what
is
is
so happy.
And was it? He'll say. Kalei, I hope your travels are safe, and it's been a pleasure to travel with you. I'm proud that you called me a friend. It means I'm doing something right.
Not known you to do anything wrong yet, so I think you are doing a very good job of being my friend. And I hope your adventures all go very well too, and that everybody can keep each other safe.
Flux just kind of like nods at Kalei, and he's like, "What is it?" There's like a moment he sees like about to get emotional, and then he like composes himself, and he's like, "Stay safe."
You as well. And take care of your pet. He is very cute.
Always.
Now, because Trembling's not here to play Sasha, I'm not going to do something heart-wrenching or anything. She can later on tell you what she says, but if I'm gonna take a guess from her backstory, she would probably at least offer a handshake, if not a hug, and thank you for showing her that it's okay, that Warforged are okay, because if you remember, she'd had a lot of difficulty with them when she first met you.
Be it handshake or hug, Kalei would be happy to oblige either way, and just pretty much tell her good luck and that he's very, very happy that he was able to meet her and help her with that. And that she taught him things too.
That leaves one more person. Is he going to say goodbye?
Kalei is now staring at Lockie and Nemea, and he's once again offering a hug or a handshake.
I assumed Lockie was doing the gif.
Yeah. Well, Lockie would sort of wave it for a moment and then give him a big hug.
Kalei would definitely be happy to give Lockie a hug back. Like, don't drink too much. You need to keep an eye on things too. Okay?
Okay. We'll miss you, lad.
Make sure you... I'll miss you too. And it is okay to enjoy wine sometimes. So don't feel like I'm telling you not to. Okay?
Like,
He
big
just
kid.
smiles and after that he lets Loki go, and now he's staring at Nemea. And he pauses, and at first it looks like he's trying to offer a handshake, and then he hesitates, and then he just offers a hug, and then he hesitates. And you can tell he's not sure which he's supposed to offer, but he's trying to offer something.
I don't think we really got to know each other well enough for a hug, but we'll definitely go for a handshake.
That is fine with me. And then he happily offers a handshake.
So he'll shake your hand. And then he'll hand you like a flower crown.
Calais will be so surprised, but he'll just grin as best he can and just very happily and carefully put it on his head and just looks so happy. I will keep this safe.
Let's just say that plushie you got made a young little dryad very happy.
When you say that, he just looks utterly thrilled. I'm glad to hear that, and I am glad that you were able to give it to somebody who was in need of one. And thank you for teaching me something about fishing, and my own state of being alive. It meant a lot.
Well, I'm glad I could help.
Clay, do you do anything else before you go on the ship?
I mean, he's not allowed to reach through the fourth wall and hug the DM, so I think that's all he can do. But once he is on the ship, he turns around to look at the party one last time and grin. He's like, "I will never forget you. I will make sure of it." And he waves, and as he does, with Cade is tucked under his other arm, and Cade lets out this triumphant crow as his own final farewell as Calais takes his place on the airship.
And with that, do the rest of you go back?
As Calais is waving to everyone goodbye, Astaria kind of wraps her arm around Leo's and leans her head on his shoulder and waves. And I don't think at least Astaria would want to leave until the ship was out of sight.
So you guys sit and wave and watch as the ship fires up its magic, and I didn't plan for which one this one, so I'm just gonna have it be one of the fire-based ones again. The fire ring lights around it, and it lifts into the sky. And well, it's not sailing off into the sunset, but it is heading away from Evatoria. So, a very quiet and reflective group makes its way back to Astaria's house. Do you guys stop anywhere before you get there?
I'm going to eyeball that church on the way back.
It seems to have people coming in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Do we even go past the church?
I figured you guys would. Why
Took
not?
the scenic route.
Took the scenic route. I have not plotted out the city because I hate map making.
Fair enough. I think as we're walking, then Astaria would kind of let go of Leo for a second, kind of give him like a 1 sec kind of gesture, and then move over closer to Flux. At some point today, I'd like to talk to you about something.
Certainly.
Is Piss Boy out there?
No. Oh my god. No. He is not. You don't see anybody you recognize.
Good.
Yeah, Flex just says, yes, certainly. Whenever you're ready.
Back home would probably be better just for privacy. Continues to lead them back to her house.
So, the group seems somewhat quieter without the constant little, well, not chicken, but rooster noises. And as you guys make your way back, anybody who has decent perception, because I don't believe he's hiding, because from what I'm seeing in my DMs, you guys see a very strange looking man kind of walking back and forth in front of Astaria's house looking very confused.
Sorry, immediately looks very uncomfortable and kind of gestures to everyone like to stand back a second just because she is curious and confused as to why this is happening, and tentatively steps forward.
I got my hand on my pommel.
Excuse me, can I help you?
When he's addressed, the man kind of jumps very slightly and looks. He's got his hood up right now. But even as he looks over, you would see a very almost weather-worn, very tired face. You'd see the remnants of plague scars on his features, and he gives you a quick look over, kind of just taking in the details, and he notes the group behind you and the fact somebody looks about ready to attack. And he hesitates just for a brief moment and then says, just looking for someone to help me. I see you're busy. I've probably got the wrong house.
You're looking for my house? What?
I'm... He just
sighs. Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for Dr. Nightshade. A colleague of mine sent me this way. I've probably got the wrong house, though. It's fine.
No, you have the right house.
Is she... Oh, all right. He seems a little bit uncertain at this point. He's looking the group over again, and you can tell he's looking for specific features of some sort, but he's not seeing what he's looking for.
Astaria pauses. Can you tell me what you're expecting her to look like?
I was told she wore a lot of black, plague mask, red glasses.
He sees her kind of tuck her lips into her mouth for a second, and she's trying not to laugh. Yes, that is the way I used to dress. I have since changed my wardrobe.
He blinks at this this sudden
She
this
pulls
comment.
the plague doctor mask out of her bag. I do still have this though.
He kind of seems a bit startled by this at first, as though he wasn't really expecting this. But then he kind of gets this almost exasperated look. He's like, that would make sense considering how long it's been. All right then. So I wasn't being pranked.
No.
Sorry, I don't mean to show up out of nowhere. I can come back another time, though. You seem to have company. That doesn't exactly like me being here. And he nods towards whomever it was who put their hand on their weapon.
Understand this.
Okay. So let me clarify that. When I say I put my hand on a palm, it's like putting your hand on your belt, like you're expecting something. So it's kind of like that. It's not like full on like grabbing it. It's just
sure. I am aware.
Yeah, okay.
If you don't mind, you were pacing in front of my house, and none of us knew who you were.
That's understandable. I didn't expect you to have company.
I
also wasn't entirely sure if this was the right place.
I mean, I didn't build this house, so... I mean, I did plant the plants, and she points out all the dead plants.
Okay, that checks with what I was told.
But no, I've been getting over some of my grief from the plague, and I felt like I needed a little more color back in my life. So I gestures to her outfit.
You went all out.
Well, why not? I'm a changeling. I can do what I want.
That's fair.
But no, these people are not going to be going anywhere, unfortunately. So, well, not unfortunately. I'm very fortunate that they're not going anywhere. But for you, you might find it unfortunate. But this is my traveling party. We actually, you're very fortunate you came when you did, because I've not been in the city for the past few weeks, and we're probably leaving after the 15th. So you came at a good time.
Oh, it seems. Finally, fortune's actually working out.
Anyways, do you want to come in? Tea?
Oh, I appreciate the offer, but I've had my share of hot drinks today. But thank you.
Fair enough. I don't know if I have cold things, but
No, that's fine. I mainly wanted to speak with you about something
of course.
delicate.
We can go. I don't have a lot of room in my house, especially considering I don't use my basement anymore. Long story, not going into it. But we can go in the hallway upstairs, and it'd be a little bit more private.
As long as nobody from your entourage is inclined to listen in, I would appreciate that. I'll try not to take too much of your time.
She looks at everyone. Do not listen in, and then looks at Leo. Don't do it. And then unlocks her door and leads everyone inside.
So everybody goes inside of Astaria's house, still feeling oddly empty with the lack of Calais and Cade. And Astaria, you take the stranger upstairs. Is anyone going to listen in?
I'm not sure Lockie would be particularly successful. He's not very stealthy. So he'd like to try, but
Flux isn't spying. He doesn't want to hear the conversation, but he has no idea who this person is. So if there's like any noise that's like out of sorts, like if something drops, he's listening out for that. That's about it.
All right.
Yeah, Leo's just listening for trouble, not specifics.
Same.
All right, the two of you go up to the hallway.
Yeah, Astaria leads him into the hallway just because she's not comfortable bringing him into like her bedroom or Sasha's room, and the bathroom would be a weird place to talk. So hallway it is.
Yeah, all of those options a little bit awkward.
Yep. Go on.
Hey, welcome back.
But yeah, so she turns to this mysterious stranger, and all right. First off, can they have your name?
Sorry, I don't social very much. My name is Catabasis.
Tabas. All right.
If it helps, just call me Cat. It's just easier for everyone.
It's fine. What did you come to me to talk about?
He hesitates for a moment. Oh, someone's having connection problems. He hesitates for a moment and then reaches into his bag and he pulls out a very unusually shaped chunk of some sort of mushroom or fungus and holds it out. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Is he?
I believe we have established that it does in fact resemble some of the ingredients used within your specific
Yeah, which means I have to roll.
Would you like to roll for me now?
The die is like, I'm going to point straight in the air. What is? Oh, that is. That's not good.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Astari kind of grips her head. I didn't roll complete shit, but I didn't roll great either, so I'm gonna say she's kind of able to hold on at least a little bit.
Okay.
Can you put that away?
He is already putting it away the moment Astaria started moving. He's like, I'm sorry. I didn't know you would do that.
I need my partner right now. I'm so sorry.
Well, I can come back some other time or just
No. You don't
leave.
have to leave. And she holds her hand out, but as soon as she does, you see her pull back as if she's like terrified of accidentally touching him.
He would notice this and just put his hands up in front of himself. It's like, you don't have to do anything with or to me at the moment. This can be sorted out later.
Just wait here. Just. And her head's kind of twitching weird.
He quickly moves so he is in no way between her and the stairs.
And she darts downstairs, and as soon as she sees Leo, just hugs him and buries her face into his neck. And he can feel her, like, struggling not to twitch.
So everybody who's downstairs would in fact see this as well.
What happened? What did he do?
He didn't do anything. It's something he had. It's familiar. Past. Bad. Yeah. Just hug.
What is anyone else doing while she is currently freaking out to Leo?
Flux is just sitting politely, but there's something like obfuscating, like around, like in front of him. But he's definitely holding his mace.
And hand is on the grip.
I have caused chaos.
Like, I understand this is chaos, but it's also really sweet that the moment a story is slightly upset, everyone's like, weapons!
I feel like Sasha is also going to be saying she is pulling out her giant sword. But I'm waiting to see what she types.
This is part of the reason Astaria told him to keep waiting upstairs and to not, like, try to leave.
So he didn't get murdered.
Yup.
For no reason at all, Flux, may I have a wisdom save? I should probably pull up my D&D Beyond at this point.
13.
Flux, you feel a weird twinge in your shoulder, but that's all.
Gonna ignore that.
Okay. You are allowed to ignore it right now. Your 13 is good enough to ignore it.
That's promising.
For now.
For now, yes.
Oh god, the second roll I rolled was worse!
Oh.
She just grips Leo tighter for a second, and he'd feel her legs, like, kind of trying to give out a bit.
He's gonna move them like to the couch and have her sit down and sit next to her. It's fine. You're fine. It's okay. Somebody should go check on him. Flux.
Flux stands up and you see that he has his weapon in his hand.
Hey, okay. Calm. We're gonna do it calmly. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Namiya. I'm nothing but professional.
Yes, I understand that, but just alert ready. Okay.
He gives you a little smile and puts the mace on the belt and he says, "Certainly."
Okay.
And Flux will walk over to the stairwell.
I'm gonna roll again.
I will follow to make sure a fight doesn't break out.
I rolled a 12. That's enough to break it.
I do have one question about the staircase. Is it just going in a straight direction, or does it curl, or can they see to the top of the stairs right now, or?
Curls, I think it was in Campaign 2 PC intros. Yes. Yeah, so it kind of zigzags a bit.
Okay.
As you can see, because in the top part of the house there, it's just looks like just a jumbled mess of stairs and metal.
Right, gotcha, okay. Sorry, I forgot there were pictures.
Yep. Astaria would eventually let go of Leo. I think I'm fine. I should.
Okay, well, just stay here for a second and actually make sure you're fine.
Okay.
So Flux and Nemea, you guys are heading upstairs?
Yes.
Alright.
They would see this mysterious man sitting at the top of the stairs, just quietly waiting. His hood is up over his head, and he has something in his lap, but he's also hiding it with his cloak. And the moment he sees them, he's shifting and stowing whatever he was hiding and getting to his feet, but he's making sure to keep his hands easily seen, and just after a moment, he actually does pull his hood down, so he's looking less like a creepy feature. And he's got his hands. He actually has his hands up in front of him, almost in a not quite a surrendering, but definitely in a show of I'm not actually trying to cause chaos. And before either of you can actually speak, he just says, "I didn't know she'd do that. I didn't do anything to threaten her. No, I don't want to talk about it."
Flux just is like staring up at the stairwell, and he just says, and he just says, "That's fine, but you're still alone in the stairwell. Hello."
Hello. Can I help you?
Not particularly.
Feelings mutual.
How's your day going?
Interesting is a word for it.
After a moment, Dario will reassure Leo that she's fine and start heading back up. And then see Flux in Panama or Nemea and just be like, boys? What are you doing?
Hanging out.
Making sure nothing happens.
Neither of them
Okay.
threaten me, if that's what you're wondering. Everything's fine.
Alright, well, can you both go back downstairs, please?
Flux will oblige.
Thank you.
Mia will make sure he scoots on out.
Leo doesn't.
Leo continues to follow.
Wait.
Did Leo follow Starry up the stairs?
Yep, he did.
Oh, you punch you headbutt one guy in an alleyway, and everyone thinks you need to be chaperoned.
It's not the headbutt. It was the magic you used with it.
It's fine. It's fine.
I
It's
was-
fine.
I was more concerned about the mace, but
So yeah, Leo is following Astaria up the stairs to speak to this mysterious stranger.
Astaria,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Astaria turns to Leo and is like, you too.
You expect me to leave after everything that just happened? Really?
Do you not trust me?
Of course I trust you. It's that guy.
So, you know why that happens, right? I've talked to you about it.
Alright, I make no promises about listening. And he'll go downstairs.
She shakes her head. And then heads back up.
Significant other?
Yes.
Seems reasonable enough. More or less.
Leo stands directly. He stands on the bottom step.
Okay.
And he refuses to move. And he's trying to actively listen.
I am sorry about them. They are honestly though
Detective.
I wasn't expecting that from the two who came up here specifically because they're a bit more new to the group. Especially the one with the hat.
From what I gathered, the one with the hat was keeping the one without anything out of mischief.
the tracks. Alright, so please don't pull it out again, because I don't want a repeat of that. But why are you seeking me out for that? I mean, I do know what it is, obviously. I wouldn't have had a reaction like that if I didn't, but... What do you want to know?
He hesitates and glances towards the stairs, and there's a moment where there's an actual blatant uncertainty in his eyes, because he knows Leo is trying to listen.
The other option is we can go in my bathroom.
That'll just raise more questions. We don't need
Oh,
that. They
If
already
start
want to
moving,
dome me.
he's gonna. Yeah, if they start moving to the bathroom, he's walking up the stairs.
Fair enough.
He hesitates, and then he drops his voice as quiet as he can, without Astaria having to move closer to hear him. I came to ask you about that, because I have that growing all over me. And I don't know why.
Saria just blinks, like stunned. And she reaches into her bag and takes out her flask. And like downs a good bit of it. Not enough to like cause a problem, just enough to like try to push whatever thing back before screwing it back closed and shoving it in her bag. That was necessary to prevent that from happening again. Can you show me what you're talking about?
You promise not to freak out and cause the cavalry to come running up here to kill me?
That's what the flask was for.
Understood. He hesitates for a moment, and then shifts, and he adjusts his robe, and... I need my picture again. That is not the right picture. He fusses a little bit with his shirt. You can tell he's kind of uneasy while he's doing this, but after a moment he manages to get it loose enough, and he lifts just a part of it so she can see down near his ribs, and Astaria would see what looks like thick plating made of this flat fungal material, almost looking like scale mail, and very clearly there.
So I need to interrupt before you do this. I need to pull Kat into a whisper for a second.
Okay. Well.
People everywhere.
How's everybody's day?
Good, good. Not today, but yesterday I saw a rabbit in our yard just like constantly. It was so cute. Oh.
Alright.
Everything good?
Everything's peachy keen, jelly bean.
Okay.
Now I'm worried.
You were the one in the whispers!
Please continue the scene now, guys.
Astaria would reach into her bag again, but not to grab her flask this time, to grab her gloves and put them on. May I have a closer look?
Of course. Should I just keep it like this, or should I just take the shirt off at this point? What's better for you? It's everywhere.
I'm not. Obviously, this is my hallway. This is not the proper examination space, so I'm just taking a bit of a closer look at this spot.
Means
I believe I could probably get us a lab at the hospital to take a bit more in depth of a look, take samples, that sort of thing. I could also do that if I went to my basement, but she kind of pauses.
I have a feeling it's connected to what happened earlier. I'm not going to force it, but I would prefer if this was kept quiet.
Of course,
You don't exactly see people like this every day.
I can promise you I've not seen this before. I have seen one other person grow mushrooms before, but we're not talking about him.
I have one question about that.
It's not the same type, and he was from the Feywild, and he is evil, so we're not talking about him.
It answers everything. I'm not from the Feywild.
Exactly.
Generally don't think I'm on the lines of evil. I haven't actually done anything evil as far as I'm aware. So, I think we're good.
Probably. So, yeah, Astaria will take a moment to kind of examine, see how intact they are to the skin, see it, kind of not poke, she's not trying to, be specifically harmful, but, she is trying to kind of, see if it's tender or anything like that, kind of trying to get a sense of medically what's affecting him and also how it's functioning, how it's growing, if the skin underneath looks rotting, things like that.
Okay.
They're stuck to him. Oh, sorry, go ahead, B.
Can I get a medicine check?
Yes.
I know you were gonna just give everything. I'd like to get a check first.
Yeah, sorry. I wasn't going to give everything. I was just going to mention one thing, but no, medicine check first. Good idea.
That's a 25. So.
Alright. I will tell you that whatever DC wants to give you, totally, and I will let you know the skin underneath does look healthy.
Okay.
If a little bit red and fresh, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100% makes sense.
Okay. DC, whatever you want to hand over with that 25.
Alright. So, the material would very clearly be growing out of him as though it was a natural habitat for it, if that's the right word. It's also on there sturdy enough that she would actually need a knife to cut this off of him. And judging by how dense the mushrooms are, you could probably take a swing at him with something, and you would need some force to actually pierce through it. It's practically natural armor.
Starry kind of looks at him. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm warning you now. This is for testing. This is not for harm. And she pulls out her dagger.
He kind of looks at this, and he's just entertained at this point.
She just kind of gently taps at it to confirm the solidness of it. Interesting.
That's one word for it.
I have not seen anything like this before, and honestly, it doesn't look like a complete disadvantage. I mean, does it affect you at all? Do you have any side effects from having it?
Well, anytime I cut it off, it's back the next day, for one thing.
But I mean, my experience with what this mushroom means to me is it was part of a larger thing, and when I worked with it, the creation that I had some adverse effects in people who took it. I want to make sure you're not experiencing any of those effects. Do you have hallucinations, any sort of madness?
If I was mad, I wouldn't know it. But I do. He hesitates again before speaking really quietly again. I do hear voices, but I think that's something else. This stuff, as far as I'm aware, it saved my life from the plague. A bad situation happened. I was going to die anyway. And so where I was trapped, there was this mushroom in the back, and I said, if I'm gonna die, I may as well have something to eat first. And I passed out. When I woke up, it was 2 years later, and I was totally covered in this stuff. And then when I tried to take this off, it was back the next day. I've been like this for 2.5, 3 years.
Does it hurt at all, or is it?
I don't know if I heard from this or the plague scars.
That's fair.
My colleague didn't actually know what the source would have been.
I have the ability. I don't have it ready today because I didn't set it up today. But I do have the ability to make a potion that should be able to at least temporarily make the pain go away. We can see if taking that makes it any better.
This point is just enough to remind me I'm alive. I'm used to it.
Alright.
But if you want to try, maybe it'll do something with the mushrooms. Who knows?
It's mostly I want to see if if you still have pain from the mushrooms after, to see if it's the plague for sure or if it's something else.
That's a fair point.
And she looks him over again. She kind of leans back and kind of looks him over. And he can see that she's thinking. This would be a lot easier if I went to the basement.
Force you, but if it gets answers, I wouldn't mind it. But I won't force you. I've already caused enough chaos as it is. I just came because I don't really have anyone else I can ask at the moment.
I don't imagine many people know anything much about these mushrooms.
Yeah, they were an anomaly when I was working with someone else about this.
Izzy, where would I have found these mushrooms during the whole thing?
You would find them mostly in damp caves. You had heard something about some mushrooms, and you went and investigated and grabbed them to try. I'd say a lot of it was based, if you're asking for location within the
Evatoria?
if you're asking the English
Oh,
is
the islands.
it wouldn't be, yeah, it would more likely be in Maribau or in Paraxi.
Okay, well, she wouldn't have gone to Paraxi. She would have gone to Maribau.
So.
I'm also going to. I rolled a courage roll at the end of one of the sessions to see if she would have enough courage to go in. I rolled a nat 20 at the time. I'm going to roll again to see how she feels. It's a 10, which is not that helpful.
So while these two are having their conversation, Leo is standing there listening. Is anyone else listening with Leo, or are you just sitting there with Leo having him whisper everything to you guys? Or none of that?
No, knowing that Leo is listening and Flux is just sitting.
Okay. Lucky, Nemea, Sasha.
I'm just waiting for some ruckus.
Alright. Alright, I'll say that everyone's just chilling and waiting and.
Astaria will kind of look at him again and gesture for him to put his shirt back down.
He would do that immediately and get himself bundled up again. Hood still down, but back to his general everything looks like it's too big on me attire and appearance.
I'm going to. She's gonna look down towards. She's gonna look towards the stairs. I think I need to talk with significant other for a second.
Of course.
It's not. I'm not freaking out again. I just need to talk about some stuff. Please, wait here, and I'll be back in a second.
I've got all the time in the world.
She nods and heads back down and sees Leo on the bottom stair. Kind of raises an eyebrow at him.
Hello.
Hello. Can kind of gestures towards her kitchen. Can you step over there with me for a second?
Yeah, of course.
Kind of pulls him aside. I'm assuming you were listening to everything?
Well, it depends.
You can just say yes, because I know you were.
Yes. I heard everything.
I think I could help him best if I went in my basement, but I obviously scared. And what do you think?
I don't know what you have in your basement, but
It's
putting
everything.
some things together, I imagine whatever he's dealing with, find better answers down there.
I think so too. And then I could also get the books for the mayor that he might like, of whatever books I have, frankly.
You're gonna have to go down there eventually. You don't have to do it today if you're not ready. And I won't let you go down there with just him. I'll be there with you.
I wouldn't. I would tell him that I think the first time me going down is going to have to be not for him, like not with the intention of getting anything done. Because the first time I go down, I'm probably going to freak out again. But I think I need to start actually working towards going down there and not leaving an entire part of my house locked up when I could be using it for other things.
Well, you could invite him to tag along, and we can work up going down there.
That's, I'm sure I'm strong enough today. I think that's a good plan.
We did just say goodbye to Calais, so.
I did. She kind of rests her head on his shoulder. Today is hard. I don't like today.
You'll give her a hug. We don't have to deal with anything today. We've got tons of time. He doesn't seem like he's in any kind of rush.
He said he had all the time in the world.
Well, there you go.
Okay, I think that's a good plan. I invite him to just tag along with us. We get to know him a bit better too, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, what if he's some evil guy? You want to help some evil guy?
Preferably not. Alright, that's a good plan. Alright, I'll go talk to him and suggest that.
Okay. He'll follow and again stand on the bottom step.
She kind of smiles at him, like, grateful. and goes back upstairs and comes up to Catabasis. Okay, so we had a bit of a not terrible day, but we had to send a friend of ours to go home, and we're all kind of bummed out today. So I don't think I have the energy to go in the basement today. But
That's perfectly fine. Like I said, I haven't got anywhere else to be. I can just find an inn.
or you can just stay with us. I don't have a ton of space, but you're welcome to just crash here for the time being.
If I crash here, will Baldwin and his buddy decide to crash my skull in?
No, this is not just me laughing, this is also Astoria laughing. I will make sure they do not do anything to harm you, don't worry. They do, to some degree, listen to me, so.
Well, that's encouraging.
They trust me, and if I tell them not to do something, I don't think they will.
I'll hold them to it.
My significant other, I trust not to do it, for sure, but he might keep a close eye on you just because of today, and I can't promise
try to
that
listen.
the same. Yes.
And try to listen in on every conversation, even though I imply that privacy is generally preferred, given that this is a medical topic. And he glances towards the stairs.
Yes. I only have so much control over him.
I noticed.
But he won't harm you. Not if I say. Plus, you got all that fancy armor mushroom, and, be harder to hurt you at the very least.
There is at least that. I'll just hope we don't have to test it.
I don't think we'll have to test it, at least not with these people. But I personally do. I want to be able to monitor you for a few days. I want to be able to give you that potion and make sure you're good. That'll be easier if you're here.
It's for me.
All right.
Take the floor, the roof, wherever there's room.
If you can figure out how to get to the roof, you're more than welcome.
I could find a way somehow.
But the floor is also fine. Preferably not in this hallway, just because it's a very tight space. And she looks around. It's very not.
I have a feeling that the Beat brothers and your significant other wouldn't appreciate me crashing in the upstairs hallway. I'm guessing your bedroom is up here, and that would imply who knows what, that I'd turn into some dinosaur and eat you or something. I don't know.
First of all, my significant other does stay in my bedroom with me, so, But, I don't think anyone assumed you were going to turn into a dinosaur and eat me. That's a very funny assumption, though. I'm very amused.
The ship I rode in on had 11 kids, all with generally varying levels of wild imagination. I've heard a lot of theories.
I worked with a lot of kids during the plague. I can understand that completely. Anyways, we can go back downstairs now. And we can actually properly introduce you to the rest of the group, because nobody else knows your name.
Sounds reasonable. I'll let you go first, considering if I go down first, who knows what they'll assume.
Well, at the very least, my significant other is at the very bottom step. He refuses to go any further, so you would crash into him.
I'm surprised that he actually stopped at the bottom.
He listens to me at least a little bit. And she goes downstairs, gets to Leo, and kind of playfully gestures go on.
Catabasis lets her get a little bit of a head start so he's not right behind her, and then he follows. Not a suspicious length of time, but at least several steps.
Yeah.
So they come back down to the group.
Alright, so everyone, this is Catabasis. He is sort of my new patient, so be respectful. And
if laws apply. Sorry.
and the freak out earlier was not his fault. Kind of glances at the people she knows might blame him.
Everyone?
He did not. Yeah, basically, he did not know. He did not realize something would trigger me that did. That's all.
Flux will, like, as you say that, when you look at him, he's just going to give you like a half shoulder shrug, like just one.
She kind of, not in the same way as her freaking out, but her head kind of twitches in like annoyance.
Catabasis is watching this, and as he notices their interaction, he looks at Flux and just kind of offers a faint little laugh. Like, I almost think we'll get along.
Flux just smiles, and not in like in a menacing ways, like a genuine one.
Well, for Flux.
Yeah, I mean, take that as you will. I mean, to be fair, he has a stupid low charisma, so his intimidation is not good. So, yeah, take that however you want.
Fun boy.
With that, I do actually also need to talk to you, Flux. So, upstairs is free.
Don't worry, there's none of me up there. And he moves away from the stairs.
Sure. And Flux just stands up and will proceed up the stairs.
Staria leads him up. Okay, so this morning after I woke up, I did a prayer with Prismira, and she confirmed that Kenneth is behind the blood rivers and rain fire and all that stuff.
Yes, we had. I got a similar report from the temple, but it's good to know that it's a definite confirmation. Mine was just a very well educated guess.
Yes. I asked her, "Is he behind these things?" And her response was just a straight yes, which is, she doesn't answer that way very often. So
keep in mind, Astaria, you would have gotten the vibe she was annoyed because she knows someone was saying that it was possibly the Mad God. So you did sense that from that one singular straight answer.
I don't think she would bring that up with Flux.
It's fine. I'm just letting you know what she got.
Yeah. She gave me a very straight answer for once, which, but it's not one of our gods. It's that. She just says that exasperatedly.
Yes, it has been a long day, and I am sorry, but the conversation you just had with Leo, unfortunately, that was in the same room, and so I could not help but overhear. And I just wanted to offer. I can't do it today because I have a meeting later, but if you need it, I can cast Calm Emotions if you need some help going down into the basement. But that is I don't cast that unless people ask me to.
Is not an entirely bad idea.
I find it what's the word? Strange to manipulate people's emotions magically. So that is a. I'm just throwing it out there. If you need help going down there,
I agree. Most charm spells can be kind of. I don't mind the Zone of Truth so much because there's moments where that's good to have, but I mean, like, I don't really know anything else at all.
Well, right, but Zone of Truth doesn't compel you to tell the truth, and it doesn't manipulate your feelings.
You have freedom still, and so that's the only similar spell I have. I don't have like charm person or any of those because I don't like it. It makes me feel creepy.
No, certainly. But if you need a little bit of extra support in the magical department, I'm happy to oblige.
It's definitely not a bad idea. But what do you about? Like, did you hear anything more about Otana?
Just that it was most likely Caneth, and that it's bad.
They didn't mention anything about like evacuation or anything like that.
Nothing concrete. I mean, obviously people attempted to flee, but the problem is that it was under quarantine when it happened. So, I'm sure people made it out, but
Right. All right. I'm for my own mental health's sake, I'm going to imagine that because it was under quarantine, you weren't able to get as much information, but as many people got out as they could, and I'm going to go with that for my own safety.
I've done the same.
Right.
I look at it like, and this may sound a little bit calloused, but what idealistically, like what could we have done? I mean, we can't die on every single hill. We're just people.
No, I know. There's no way we're strong enough to take on him, but not somebody who can create fire rain or other rivers or locust storms.
Not yet, at least, but I have faith in this group that if anyone could do it, I think we could eventually.
Astaria nods. Eventually. I hate the fact, but there's other powerful people out there. Maybe somebody else will at least chip at it.
Well, he certainly painted a target on his back, and it's not a secret anymore. So,
if you end up talking to more members of your group, you can say that you were able to get clear confirmation that it was indeed.
I will spread the word.
I do wonder why he's doing this, but I don't know if reaching out to him would be a good idea. Probably.
I would not speak to him. It is the same advice that I gave about that speaker lady. Anything that he says is a manipulation.
Right. Okay. It's a good plan. We deal with it when we can deal with it, and for now we maybe hope that the more powerful wizards and stuff that exist in this world maybe will do something.
As I said, I've had faith. The best thing we can do right now is handle other spinning plates and gather strength and allies.
Oh, Lord knows we have a lot of spinning plates. We also have to go to Tortuga at some point to get Sasha's girlfriend, and we have to go other places, I'm sure. Lots of things all at once.
Wasn't there was something you all were doing before you met me? You were collecting something. It was the whole business with like that noble's house.
We were collecting a magical tea set, which now looks and feels very trivial and unimportant.
Flex kind of puts his hand on his chin for a minute. DM, where on the timeline is this? Somewhere?
The beginning.
The beginning? Okay, all right. Flex just kind of puts his chin in his hand and he says,
I'm gonna say, because of what you had already asked me and what we established,
then
you asked me in the DM, it is
right.
Post that.
Okay, all right.
But it's pre-fuckboy.
Okay, so it's been a lot. We're gonna have to talk about
that
it
later.
We're gonna have to talk about it.
I need context.
The Flex has had a week. Yeah, he'll say I don't think it's unimportant. I don't know. I'm going to go.
All right. Thanks for the talk.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Was there anything else?
No, and actually it does give me some comfort knowing that your temple is looking into it, because at least it's not just us paying attention.
Oh yes, they'll do what they can, but they are a local order. But if anything, they can pass the word along.
Sometimes that's enough. And there's a part of me that is kind of glad, even though she's also evil, that Spellthorn lady is there, because, well, from what I've heard, I'm not sure she'd be too terribly happy of somebody muscling in on her turf, if you get me.
Let's hope they killed each other.
That'd be lovely. That would be the best news ever.
I agree.
All right. Let's just hope that happens. Let's just hope it's those books that have the monsters fighting each other, the giant monsters. Let's just hope it's one of those. But with people out of harm's way.
Correct. And Flux will awkwardly walk down the stairs.
Yeah, sorry, I'll go down. Then she goes to Leo. I think I need more pastries.
You can definitely go get some.
I think I would like to go too, because I could use a visit with my mom.
Sure.
She looks at Katab and says, "Do you want pastries?"
Catabasis actually blinks from when he looks away from Nemea for a second and actually seems a little surprised that he was actually asked that. It's only if people are inclined to have me come along. I'm not exactly the most presentable.
My mother won't mind. Anyone who wants pastries, come on.
Alright, so you guys go and have pastries and stuff. Again, because we're trying to get certain things done in this session so we can be for next session. Downtime. It all happens. At some point, somebody, I don't know which one of your characters wants to do it, but somebody would either sneak to or suggest going to the temple. I need a volunteer.
Astari could suggest it because it has been on her mind a lot.
Alright.
I volunteer.
Anna and Astaria bring it up at like the same time.
So, about the spooky temple guys.
We should handle that because it's not good, and I don't like that Prismira's temple is being used for filth.
I also don't like being threatened, so.
Yeah, this is true.
You did get threatened.
Wait.
So,
Yes, I'm sorry, continue.
No. You asked, that was in character.
The Flux would turn and say, Did you run into them again?
Yes.
And what happened?
They just said it would be a bad idea and that I shouldn't do it.
Sucks to be them.
It does. He walked away with soiled pants, so.
Oh, that is wonderful. I love that.
Flux has given you the not bad face.
I didn't do it.
Either way, it's still fun.
Not my fault. Not my fault he had a weak bladder.
So, Astaria, Flux, Leo, Panama, Catabasis?
Yeah. At this point, he's just looking at everybody like they're mildly insane. But he figures if this is gonna get him the answers he's after, he may as well just go for the long haul.
There's someone with no context here. Right before, when we're getting ready, Flex is going to turn to you and he's going to say, Mr. Catabasis, this is a security briefing. Do not be alarmed with any of this information. You might see some stuff. There is a cult of Nolome secreted away in the Temple of Prismira in the city. We're going to go get some answers.
Cult of what?
Nolome, the mad god.
Oh.
Evil god. Evil bad god who's trying to destroy the world.
Alright.
That
Fair
one.
enough. I'm probably not going to be fazed by anything I see in there. I've seen a lot.
Sorry.
Like, Astaria did not say anything that is not his, like, long-standing titles.
I know. That's but.
She did not say anything that he doesn't already know he's being called.
Enjoys being called them.
Exactly. She didn't say anything to him that would be rude.
Alright.
Yeah, so, also, forgot to mention, periodically throughout the time period between the Calais stuff and the Eclipse Festival, whenever we do get around to doing that, Astaria has been dragging everyone to tailors and fittings and things. And including Catabasis, and she does not take no for an answer on this.
I'll want to write background scenes before that happens because
That's
of
fine.
stuff.
That's fine.
But
I'm
I
just
do
saying,
love that mental image. I do want to actually play some little bit of that in the background, if nothing else, because that'll be hilarious.
Yeah, but she's definitely, like, dragging everyone to the tailors and being like, dress them.
It's canon. None of you can resist.
Nope.
Alright, so I believe it's just the 5 of you, because I didn't hear from Loki saying he was coming.
Lucky will go. Seems like a laugh.
Alright.
But before we actually go or do anything, is there should we establish some rules of engagement here?
Don't swing unless swung upon. That way it's self-defense.
Leo, I have a question quick. Would you have asked Astaria about getting quick message stones or the earrings of whisper?
Yeah, I definitely have spoken to Lockett about it. I don't know if she actually purchased anything.
It has not been discussed, but if it was brought up to Astaria prior to now, she would have done so, yes.
That's what I need. I know you talked to Lockett. I need to know if Leo talked to Astaria. Okay.
Yeah, he would.
Say it happened on the date that after the cut.
So the the difference is the earrings of whisper are within, I think, 500 feet. I have to look again. The quick message stones have any range within the plane of Evatoria. However, you only have this certain number of words. Which technically for the earrings, you also have a certain number of words. You just got more. So do you want longer range and more words, or less words, or shorter range but more words?
Astaria would have brought it up to the group because it probably either would have been if getting everyone a message stone or getting like 2 or 3 people an earring. Yeah. If it's earring, it would probably go to like me and Flux or something like that, just because I feel like we would be the most likely to split off into different groups.
So I'm just grabbing the information.
But if it's stones, obviously, then everyone gets one. So, rest of the party, what is your consensus? Have 2 message senders or everyone get to talk?
Well, then everybody gets to talk, because Leo's definitely the one who would speak off more by himself.
So again, if you look though, you get 5 words per. It's basically like a beeper, okay, guys?
Okay.
So those are your 2 options.
That is more than enough room to say what the hell, so I'm okay with it.
I don't know. It may be better to get one for everyone, because what if everyone gets split up? What if someone gets captured?
Sure thing.
Could be a problem.
Izzy, is there any way that I could have these stones turned into the shape of an earring? Or like turned into a stud, so that way or like a necklace or something that can be a little bit more hidden on people's bodies, so it's a little less obvious that they have one?
At this point, yes, because keep in mind, I just copied from campaign 1, which is when they were brand new 20 years ago. So at this point, it's very easy. You can get them put like as a little pin or a necklace.
Okay.
All
right. So
canonically, the all-seers are the ones who created them. It is well known. they only use the original form. Any deviance from that original form is considered a slight jab at the All-Seers.
That just makes it even better to Astaria.
Yeah. So the Genasi cities would definitely not keep the original form in stock.
Yeah, okay. I'm thinking pins because it's probably the easiest for everyone to just pin something to their clothes.
Perfect. I have the cost.
Unless anyone has any preference.
My only question is, do they make the sprint push to talk noise?
For you have already had this answer because
I
you
know.
have
I'm
one
sorry.
from
I know. I make that joke every time. I'm sorry.
I
The
know.
Motorola.
Yeah, exactly.
No, because they're stealthy. So by default they're silent, but they just vibrate. But you can certainly set your settings to that.
Can I spend 99 cents on the ringtone store?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Okay,
Because eliminating the one thing you can stealth with is just beautiful.
Listen. If I'm in the situation, we've already blown stealth. That's why Flex brought up what are the rules of engagement are, because if he walks in that building, like, things are gonna happen. So
So we sneak into a temple and suddenly we hear from Flux's pocket, diddle-oo-doo, diddle-oo-doo, diddle-oo-doo-doo.
Oh my word. If he
okay.
gets a nat 1.
Okay, go per stone.
hello, we're here to talk to you about your wagon's extended warranty.
I'm kind
Oh
of
my
busy
word.
right now.
This is not gonna be cheap, but it's okay.
Gecko Insurance Company.
I'm sorry, Lockett, I'm poor.
Do I get the Raven discount?
That's why I said feel free to barter.
Yeah, she would go for the Raven discount.
Roll me a persuasion with advantage because you're in near Torre. Unless you go to a different city to buy them.
No, that would be dumb.
I was about to say they already have advantage though.
We'll go with that first roll because it was a 17 plus 8. So that's no, not times. 8. 25. That's it. Okay, cool. That's much better.
Yeah. Again, you're just gonna only shop in Evatoria. You're gonna find a way to like come back here every time you need to shop.
If that were possible, once somebody gets the ability to do like teleportation circle or something, you bet. We know what the ones look like in the city. We can just pop in.
Exactly. All right. So I don't believe I homebrewed it because you guys only got it at the very end of campaign, like right before we ended campaign 1. So you just keep track of your charges because I'm not making it right now.
Hey, my gold now equals my uncle's birth year.
Okay. So you guys can continue discussing rules of engagement.
Okay. Yeah. Don't destroy things if possible, and if you get caught, I mean, like was said, try to do anything but argue or but fight to start. See if you can convince them that you're lost or you're doing something else. But I will try to distract the High Priestess because I think I would probably be the best for that job.
That is a good plan. Should I wait outside and wait for a bleep, or there is the possibility I could come in the attempt to make amends if I get caught.
Ian, Did Leo mention to Astoria that he found like a back space? I feel like he did, but I don't remember.
Oh, well, Flex would have told you that there's about the fake wall.
No, that's not what I mean.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure Leo told everybody that he followed those people.
And that there was the side entrance?
Yeah.
Perhaps you... I feel like some people should go into that side entrance. Obviously, that's going to be a bit more of a hands-on attack mode rather than a, other...
So maybe there should be a front door, side door team?
Exactly.
I can take the side door.
Maybe the least stealthy members of the party go side door, and the more stealthy go front door.
Sounds good to me. Is front door just standing outside, or are we going into the other entrance?
We'd go in probably to we'd go in the front door.
Right. Okay.
Alright. So I think we have a decent plan. Who would we should try to divide in half, I think. I don't know what Sasha's doing, so I don't know there.
I am going to say Sasha is off doing something, because if she makes it back, she'll magically be there. If not, then...
Yeah, sounds good. So for now, we should try to there's 6 of us, I think, so we should try to divide 3 and 3 for, even. Or 4 and 2 going in the front door and 4 going in the back door, because the back door is probably going to be the more dangerous side. But we don't know that for sure. There could be more things inside, so we don't know.
So, is somebody else joining you guys in front?
I'll be taking the side.
Flex and Burrito
Are the same person.
Yes.
No, they are not.
Flex walks in with a box of takeout.
Flex and Amaya are side team, so it just depends on what Catabasis wants to do and what Locky wants to do.
Cat will go where anybody wants him to go. He's not entirely sure what everybody else is inclined to do, so basically he'll go wherever people figure he'll be most useful with what little they actually know of him.
What's your stealth like?
+7.
Oh, yeah, you're real stealthy. Locky, what are you doing?
Drinking.
Whatever will be, again, whatever is going to be useful. Wherever you think a ranger could be handy.
I don't think he's stealthy.
I'll look, see.
Do you have armor that gives you disadvantage?
Hang on, my character just... reason they were doing repairs. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, we're +5.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely not bad.
Do you have a pass without a trace? Because that adds +10 to stealth. And if you have that, then we could all go together.
It's a spell.
I mean, yeah. If we'd rather go investigate the temple first and then go.
I have pass without trace.
Oh, nice. Okay. So that helps out a whole lot. So if you have that, we don't have to split up. Okay. We can all go in together
and stay together, gang.
So then would we be going in the back door and just investigating that straight first and then going into the temple after if we need to, or are we gonna go front door?
It'd be best to go in through the side.
Okay, so everyone through the side, pass without a trace, just straight up going for it.
Yeah, because we know what to expect from the front.
Okay, good plan. And I have advantage on stealth because of my boots.
Leo
Yay.
will lead everybody then, and probably go a little further ahead just to check for stuff.
Scouting.
Leo, can I get a perception?
– 23.
23?
Yep.
Okay. So you lead the way, and as you're going, you do notice that near that back entrance are some shady looking fellas. Are you going to try and sneak past them with the group?
He'll turn to the group and point them out.
It would probably be best to stagger and then lead those guys away.
Well, I am better at sneaking. So whatever you guys want to do, I will head in.
My boots make me better at sneaking. And Lucky has passed out the trace, which will increase our stealth by a lot. So I don't think, because isn't pass without a trace like radius?
Yeah, we gotta be like within 30 feet of him.
I don't think we should stagger too much, because then somebody loses out.
And they're actually like guarding the door, right?
Correct.
Like standing in front of the.
They are
Like
not.
sitting on the,
They are standing nearby enough that Leo and probably you as well, with your streetwise sense, know that they're guarding unofficially, so they're trying to look casual and stuff, but they're not like stationed at the door like city guards.
The world's most awkward long smoke break.
Yeah.
Question.
Answer.
Is the door closed? Like, is it like a physical door?
Yes, it is a physical wooden door.
It's a wooden door. Oh, that's great. How far
And the
away are we
streets-
from this door?
and the streets are moving.
This is more towards the like alleyways and stuff. So out on the main street, there's a lot of people. Back in the alleys, this is gonna be more people like laborers who are like moving stuff, and like English is my first language. I know what I'm saying, and that sort of like people who are just moving things from one place to another.
Okay, let me rephrase that question. Are there witnesses?
Yes.
Oh no.
You know the code word.
Yes.
Well, there's two of them now. So, are they are they kind of like looking just kind of like look or trying not to look suspicious, but are absolutely looking suspicious? Kind of just watching everything.
Correct.
I am going to make some little high-pitched laughter come from behind them, and with prestidigitation, make it look like little footprints are running away from them.
One moment.
Are you imitating it quickly?
Possibly.
Nice.
How close to them are you? And how close to the door do you think you would get to do this?
Well, I mean, as long as I am,
I don't know the range of prestidigitation.
and it's like 30 feet.
No, it is 10.
Oh,
I just checked because I also have it.
You basically hide in their back pocket and
But
from around the corner.
I have minor illusion, which has a range of 30 feet.
So are you going to try to do a minor illusion with this?
I can help out on this tactic with minor illusion. Because it actually does say you can make muddy footprints appear, so...
So, from where the guys are standing, and from the door, specifically from the door, how many feet away are you starting the footprint?
Minor illusion has a range of 30 feet, so...
I do have to be within at least 10 feet of that.
But
or at least to one of them to do the sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's where the sound comes from. It's going to travel farther than that.
Oh, I have another thing I can do. I can do dancing lights, which has a 120-foot range, and I can make it look like a person.
Oh, the glow man.
Yep. I used that like first or second session of first campaign to scare away wolves. It was so funny.
Yes, the glow man. I love it. I feel like that's a better plan than what I was thinking of, just starting a trash can fire. But
that's a Jesse thing.
That is it's come up more than once.
This is why if I ever run Nightthorn, you're playing to the raccoon patron.
100%. Yeah, I know this is. I know my character type.
Is this Florida person creates literal dumpster fire?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Listen, the last time a dumpster fire was started, it did not end well.
No, it didn't.
Astaria will kind of hide like around the building, so she still has line of sight, but like is far enough away to kind of make this not seem so, like, you know, like it's coming from anything, because she's gonna kind of tuck away.
As you guys go to cast things, you notice that within 10 feet of the door, no magic works.
How close are they to the door?
They are right about 5 feet to 10 feet. So they're not right next to each other, like I said, trying to look casual. So they are within that 10-foot range, but only kinda.
That also means Pass Without a Trace won't work, because
I'm hurt.
But they're 5 feet from the door, which means I can still make something appear 5 feet away from them.
Yeah, like one's 5 feet and one's at like 7.5 feet.
Yeah,
I know
okay.
D&D likes to work in 5 feet, but this is my world. I do what I want.
Yeah. So, Astaria, 5 feet from one of them, to start, will just make the glow man appear and kind of like do like a spooky wiggle thing and then vanish. And then she'll make it appear in front of the other one and then and then make that vanish.
So they look to each other after this with very much what the fuck expressions. And they both walk into the door.
Hey, that's better than nothing. That's better than nothing. I got rid of them.
Yeah, you just put them inside for now. Okay.
That's fine. It's much easier to murder them when they're in the building.
Astaria!
Okay. Let's go.
Hey, that's not Astaria talking. That's Locken talking.
So after they enter inside, I'm going to sneakily approach and just trying to give the handle a little silent tug.
So,
Yeah, Leo would have went as well.
I would like stealth checks from the group at this point.
Are we adding Pass Without a Trace or no?
I don't think it's been activated yet.
It's not been activated, and I bet Astaria will be like, hey, don't activate it while we're by the door.
Yeah.
Because it won't work.
Because it won't work. Because there's some sort of anti-magic field.
Does that mean any, like, magic items don't work too? Like the boots?
I believe so.
I got an 18 on my stealth check.
Spells and other magical effects, except those created by an artifact or deity. So that's an artifact.
So my boots won't work, but my will work?
Yeah.
My other thing? Okay, cool. That's still good to know. Just in case this continues inside. All right. One straight. Okay. Not the best, not the worst.
Do.
So I have a quick question.
Yeah.
How many days has this been since Kat joined the group?
You literally 2 hours ago.
Okay. I wasn't sure if we did any time skips or anything else like that, so okay, good to know.
I believe we are doing time skips. This has happened after stuff.
Yeah.
Because this has to happen after stuff due to reason.
Okay.
What's that?
Since there has been a time skip and things have been happening due to reason, by this point the party would actually know that Catabasis has a kettlebird.
That's right.
But it's not a kettlebird for anyone who's familiar with the kettlebirds. It's not the pelican kettlebird, and it's not a tea kettle. That's all I'm gonna say with that right now.
That's fine.
She looks like a very fat budgie, a blue and white with little black detailing fat budgie. And that's all I'm saying because this is not important right now.
Okay, just to catch Sasha up, since he had to kind of bamf and come back. So we've decided to go into the temple. So we are currently outside of the temple looking at the back entrance. I managed to scare some people who were guarding the back entrance to go into the building, or at least like confuse them to go into the building. And so now we are stealthing up to the building to try and see if we can go in the building.
So I still need from Sasha and Lucky and
What?
Stealth.
I gave you my stealth check.
Where?
I told you it was 18.
Oh, everybody else typed there, so I totally missed that. Sorry,
okay.
my bad. I'm sorry.
I forgot to roll mine. I got a 22.
All right. So Sasha, hopefully you do better than Flux.
We need to get Flux some mithril.
We need to get Flux a lot of things.
I'm sorry, I'm broke. We haven't gotten it, or I haven't done anything that makes money.
Oh no.
Okay.
We need to get both Sasha and Flux some mithril.
So, anybody who's got, luckily we have Leo here getting that nat 20, and he kind of can catch using his nat 20 as a little bit of a bonus. Flux being a little bit on the noisier side and be like, shh. If anyone has a passive perception over 18, you can catch Sasha making noise, and you can also try to correct her, which will give her another roll without disadvantage.
I think both.
Yeah, Catabasis can do that. My passive for perception and investigation is 21.
I can't do that, but I can guidance.
So I can bardic inspiration. Forgot about that.
Do you want to bardic inspire and guide and be like, Sasha, fix yourself?
Flex, maybe guide yourself.
That's a fair point.
I will bardic inspiration, Sasha. Just be like,
Flux just pulls out a self-help book.
We can be really quiet.
Come on, Dave Ramsey's, help me out. I don't think I can postscript guidance myself.
Yeah, I'll use a bardic. Sasha.
I'll allow it.
So Sasha, you have a d6 to your new stealth roll.
So Sasha, roll a stealth.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yay! And Flux, I will allow you. to add that guidance.
Wait, sorry, new stealth or just the first one that I rolled
New
before the
New
disadvantage?
stealth.
Cool.
We're going on a trip.
Stealth, no disadvantage, add a d6.
Yeah, what she said. I know, I'm supposed to be DMing. I've doped up on caffeine.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Sorry. I realize that's entirely could have been what I said to Sasha for.
Oh no.
If Flux was any less serious, he'd be doing the Crunk stealth mission right now.
Oh my word.
Well,
Yes, welcome to the club.
both better.
That's
Crusaders in the
better.
back. Crusaders in the back.
Listen, you can blame the gods because you're a pally and a cleric?
If I look around, do I see anything that could be causing the anti-magic field?
Outside of the building, you don't see anything.
Okay.
As you guys go, and I believe Leo and Nemea were leading the opening of the door. As you two open the door, because it's not locked, they went inside.
Okay.
Astaria, could I get a perception since you're looking for that?
Yes. Where did you go? There you were. Okay. 24.
Alright. You do notice an anti-magic symbol engraved on the inner side of the door.
Okay. I am going to do looking at it, do I get any sense that there's anything that could be also like, if this gets damaged, there will be like an alarm or something, or that the person who did it will know?
100%.
Okay.
But also, it seems like it's only on the door itself. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
if I move 10 feet out and try to just like, ignite mage hand just for the sake of some spell that doesn't matter, does that work?
Yeah, if you move 10 feet inside of the building or 10 feet away from the door outside, magic is fine. It is literally just right by that door.
Okay, she kind of nods, and once gets everyone to the space that's 10 feet, and then kind of gives Lockie a nod to do the pass without a trace.
So, Lockie,
There's something in here that needs to.
Lockie, if you cast Pass Without Trace, everybody can add a 10, I believe. I should know this because I have character with it.
Yes, flat.
I have cast its second level as well.
So, you guys all have 10 on there. So the lowest now is 22.
But because my boots have kicked back up, would I be able to?
Yep, you can add your boots onto it. Yeah.
So
no, you can keep your first roll. Just she gets extra because her boots have kicked back on.
My boots give me advantage, so I just get to do that again. That's much better. That is a 22 plus 3, so 32.
Yeah. Even Sasha and Flux, this is the quietest you guys have ever been.
Wait, are we re-rolling?
No, you don't have to reroll.
Oh, okay.
He just added. We're just adding the 10 on to the previous rolls.
Until
my
we
boots
do
give me
something
advantage.
stupid.
They've kicked back on, so I get to roll again. That's all.
If you have a magical item that allows you to advantage and blah 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 blah, then yeah. So
yeah,
we're all super
no,
sneaky.
sorry. Continue.
So you guys are in a long hallway right now that seems to be, if I inclined going down, a few lights on the walls, torches, candles, etc., leading down. Leo, this feels a little bit different than what you remember, but then again, your memory from that time is a bit weird, if you remember. It's kind of hazy. So, you continue leading to them to where your gut is telling you.
Yep. I'm staying within the 30 feet to stay within law clear, but I'm up ahead.
Because
Also
you
checking for right
totally
traps and
need
shit.
to be at a 42, right?
Yeah, I need
41.
41, but yes, I need to be at a 41.
Lilia is so proud of you.
And I'm keeping an eye out for traps.
Anyone who wants to check for traps, check for traps.
What are we doing? Perception? Investigation?
I think it's investigation or intelligence.
Guidance.
Which one? There's two of them doing it.
Oh,
I'll guidance the other.
Yeah, there you go. I'll do.
I know
I'll
how
do.
many people are
I'll do-
checking. I was gonna check too.
I don't even have to touch people. It's 60 feet.
Okay, well, if someone's guidancing me, I need to know.
I'll guidance you and I'll kiss you on the cheek to do it.
What is that? A D4?
Cat, you're distracted by your kettlebird, who is being indignant about the anti-magic field that you just went through.
My word. Cat is just making silent little gestures at this kettlebird in his bag, trying to shush her.
Mr. Nemia, add a D4.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'll get the good old 30.
So, as you two, well, you three, but you two who actually got higher than a 10 are looking. There doesn't seem to be any traps in the hallway. Leo, as you lead them to the door, and this door now, Nemea and Flux you recognize as the door that you went through before. That door seems to be locked.
Is it also wood?
Yes.
Adorable.
I have a spell that can make wood objects not so strong. Do we want to try that?
Let's try a more delicate approach first.
Of course, I'm just saying, like, I have that as backup.
I can try and pick the lock.
Okay. Astaria will give him another kiss on the cheek, but this time whisper some encouragement in his ear to use up another bardic inspiration.
Hot.
Ooh, I have expertise in thieves' tools.
All right.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, lock off.
Well,
Well, I gave Leo
I know.
D6.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying, I gave Leo a D6. I'm not giving Nemea. I'm not kissing Nemea's cheek.
Hey, Flux, plant one on me, Daddy. I'm joking, of course.
I can guidance you if you are also, or if you guys are giving each other advantage. Or whatever.
No. Yeah, I was gonna say, what is it? The other one, give the one without inspiration, or
I can give Leo both.
How about this? I just help by giving you advantage.
Yeah. So you have advantage, a D4, and a D6.
There you go.
Okay, great.
Supports. Aha.
Not bad.
Now you're gonna fail. You're gonna get a nat 1.
No.
I've lost my D6. Oh, not bad. So it would be just like rolling a stealth roll, right?
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Okay. 33.
Yeah.
You as you're working, you're like, this is so freaking easy, and click, top. As it pops, you hear this little whistle for a second, just a second, Leo, and only you hear it, but the door pops open.
Okay, well, I'll tell at least Nemea about the little whistle since he's right over my shoulder.
I quickly motion everyone to get in.
Go,
Get
go,
in.
go, 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 go.
Get in.
So you guys are
Yeah,
in.
Cat will follow.
Shove.
As soon as everyone in, we'll just delicately close that door, relock it,
Immovable rod.
and move.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna make that poor woman's life hell.
Oh, just wait. I have plans.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I'm starting to think I'm gonna go back to the OG plan, Ian.
oh shit.
So you guys are now in a storage room.
All right, what do we do
Am
from
I
here?
getting any kind of feelings?
I'm gonna feel for that wall again.
You immediately, it's in the exact same place. Yes, Ian or Leo, you're feeling things. And where on your person is the stone?
The marble?
Yeah. Yes, you call it a marble, so that I call it a marble, but it's not actually a marble. Yes.
It's probably just in my pocket.
It is warm.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick my head through.
I'm gonna follow Nemea.
She's just gonna push him through so you can go in.
I just
Well,
walk
I'll
in.
poke my. Yeah, I'm sure. We'll both go through.
You're okay. As you walk through, or stick your head through if you're not walking all the way through, you are hit with a waterfall, and you are drenched. However, if you look all the way through, you are looking at a dark, deep red hexagonal room with doors on each of the sides.
Is it
Leo.
empty?
Yes.
Did
Okay.
Leo go in?
I would
Fully?
have just like poked
Duck
my
your
head
head in?
next to.
They just kind
Nemea.
of bent their heads inside the wall, is what you see.
But noticing this, Leo would go in fully.
If he goes in, Astaria will follow.
Mhm.
Like, not even hesitating.
And I'll usher everyone else in. And then as soon as everyone's through, you get a prestidigitation. You get a
Question.
prestidigitation. You get prestidigitation.
Question
You're all
is
dry
me.
Yeah.
because you can't be walking around with squeaky feet.
Does this feeling feel familiar?
A waterfall? I mean, you've been to one, haven't you?
Yes.
Astaria immediately grabs Leo's hand.
He's just walking in further.
So you guys are standing in a hexagonal room with doors on each side. Every single side looks exactly the same. If your back wasn't to the door you just came through, which looks like a door now, you wouldn't know which one you came in.
This is a shot in the dark completely. But I'm going to not fully pull it out, but just kind of look at the symbols of Prismira that I have in my bag.
I'm also just gonna let my feelings guide me. I'm full hippie mode.
You're not even the guy with the mushrooms.
But
Astaria, you, from where you guys are facing, you feel like you want to go to the top left. It's a hexagon, so it's kind of weird. But from where you are, the top left.
Okay.
Leo, you feel like you want to go straight. Flux, you're having this weird compulsion to go directly to your right, so it's kind of like the.
Now, when you say compulsion,
You heard me.
is this like before? There ain't really much of a choice.
You can certainly try and fight it, my dude.
All right, how does one do that?
You roll for it. Saving throw.
Of the wisdom variety?
Yes.
Does Astaria get any sense that Leo is getting pulled in a different direction than her?
Leo, are you trying to go differently?
Right now, no. I'm just
Okay.
looking around.
So if he's just standing there, then no.
She turned to him. I feel like I'm supposed to go this way, and she'll point at the one that she's supposed to go to. Or like that's tugging at her.
All right.
I'm just looking around.
You said it was a
This,
hexagon?
Unless my brain has forgotten what a hexagon is.
A six-sided shape.
Oh, I think I put that in the wrong one. I don't even care. It's totally gonna be in someplace else.
Yeah, that's a hexagon. Okay, we're good.
So Astaria, you're the A, Leo, you're the L, the little circles where the group is, and Flux, you're that F thing. That was really bad. I just quickly did it because I knew the question was going to be asked.
No, that's perfect. Thank you.
So how loudly did Astaria mention being drawn towards a particular direction?
You like whispered it to Leo. She wasn't trying to be noisy.
I'm just trying to figure out if Kat heard it or not.
I mean, your passive's freaking good, so maybe.
Yeah, it's 21.
You can read lips, so because I saw you took observant, and that's part of that feat.
Dang, 21? Wow.
Yeah.
That's what observant does.
So,
it's super good.
So Catavastus will definitely look at Astaria after she's whispered that, and after a moment, he'll just make a comment quietly and say, "So let me get this straight. We're going into the temple's basement to go and raid a creepy cult that's moved in, and suddenly you're feeling inclined to go somewhere that's not exactly of your own accord."
Yep.
Am I understanding this?
She just doesn't look at Kat. Yeah,
Right, well, if we all die, we all die, I guess.
Is Flux just gone?
No, Flux looks like he's straining. Like the like one eye's like kind of closed and he's just like watching you guys. He's trying to play it off, but again, 8 charisma. He's not doing it.
That vein in your forehead's popping.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, Astaria will look to Leo and try to be like, what do you want to do?
I think we should go straight.
Being pulled left.
Well,
should we split up?
Mimia,
I think splitting up would be good.
can I get an intelligence check from you?
An intelligence check or an intelligence save? Check. Okay. That is not as frightening. Let's see.
Flux, give me one as well.
Ooh. That, my dear, is a dirty 20.
13.
You said 13?
Yeah, 13.
Alright. Namia, for just a moment, you swear you can see spider webs going zigzag crossing in and out of this entire room. But just for a moment.
Well, we're here looking for a particular group. I think going straight will help us find that particular group.
Why are we all being pulled in different directions?
Something probably trying to split us up, pick us off easily.
That could be it.
That or it's y'all three's different stances in the divine realm.
Staria pulls out one of the symbols that she has from Prismira and kind of just focuses on it.
As you do that, very temporarily, every single person in this room, you see as if spiderweb has been set afire, and it goes starting from where she is standing, spreading to all 4 doors, and like poofs up into nothingness.
Does that affect the feeling at all?
The 3 people who were affected, you are feeling calmer. There's still that lingering feeling, but you have more control again.
Sawyer just looks around like, the frick?
I don't. As I'm sure some people feel more relieved about that, I don't think that's a good idea, and I think we're about to have company.
That's fine.
What the hell did you get me into?
I don't know! I thought we were just gonna come here and fight some cult guys.
Well, I think the fight's coming our way.
To fight some cult guys.
Well, I was told there was like 4 cultists here. I didn't think it was going to be a big thing.
There's never more. There's never just 4.
But if it's a branch, if it's a small branch and the rest of the lookout is elsewhere, like, I don't know, I knew there was corruption in the thing, and I was...
Leo's gonna walk towards the straight door.
DM.
Just go through the middle of the room.
Yes?
I'm gonna give a low whistle to summon my bird, and I'm gonna tell him to keep an eye on the pole. Grab it if necessary.
Are we not already standing in the middle of the room? Because that's what I thought we were doing.
We're standing at the door still, apparently.
Cat stayed by the door.
Well, that was more of a mark of which door you guys came.
Oh, okay.
Cat was still by the door.
Maria is gonna kind of catch up to Leo then and put her hand on his shoulder. Do you still think we should split up, or what do you think?
The door opens in front of Leo, and I would like, on D&D Beyond, there's a word here that my brain has stopped working. Thank you. The initiative rolls.
Okay.
Hey, look at that.
Oh god, like.
That's because everyone's doing it one time.
We actually did all press it at the same time. That's funny.
So
oh my god.
Why
it has not populated Sasha's or Locklear's yet.
Sasha just got a 7.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Rolling so good tonight.
Locky got that. Locky, that's an int save, not initiative.
It's because you're playing. It's because you're playing a paladin. I've noticed this curse as well. You always roll low until it's time for divine smite.
I mean,
might makes right.
You do it well.
Let me point out, Jesse, Kalina and Flux fighting. She was doing really well.
Yeah, and she didn't smite me. That was her mistake.
She didn't want to kill you. You guys agreed to not die.
That'd have been fun.
Yes, just let me announce to the people I killed you in like downtime scenes. Okay. So, well, you can wait for your turn because you're nowhere near the top. So, Panama, you get to start.
God, what the heck? What the heck just happened?
What you see coming through the door are 4 air and water genasies in some dark robes.
Ah.
None of them are the ones you saw.
Damn it. And God, how big is the room again?
Yay big.
Ah, yay big. Okay, got it. Would you say 30 feet? Or 40 feet? Or 50 feet?
I'd say probably like 50 feet from side to side.
This is the door that's right in front of Astaria and Leo, right?
Yeah, this is the L door.
And they, in fact, do see us.
Yes. Air and wind. I have not had sleep, I can tell. They see you guys, and
They got weapons drawn. What's going on?
so you do see, looking at them, that 3 of them do have daggers and would appear to be symbols of the Mad God. And then there's one who is holding a maul and also has symbols of the Mad God.
Okay. He's going to move 30 feet across the room. And simply say, don't suppose you gentlemen want to have a civilized conversation, do you?
How did you even get down here?
You see, we were trying to get to the main reception area.
Is that the play?
I
you have
hope
a gift
that
shop?
deception works.
I'm lost.
We were trying to find the bathroom.
Listen, we are terrible with directions.
Do you have a gift shop?
Are you all saying this canonically in character?
Why not?
I did not speak with an accent, therefore no.
I did.
I just need to know who said what in character.
I definitely did ask whether there was a gift shop.
Out of character for me.
I think Astaria, hearing people say all this stuff, just starts pinching the bridge of her nose.
I simply said we were just trying to get to the reception area, but got very lost.
Turn around and go back through that door.
Which door? There's 6 of them.
They point to the door that you guys came from.
One Catabasis is still standing in front of.
Are you sure you don't have like a bathroom or something? I really have to go.
That way.
Like, just. I mean, you guys gotta have a place, right?
Yes, Leo, you do the stupid thing because I wanted to see it happen.
Stupid thing? What are you doing?
Are we like in initiative?
We are in initiative, but apparently everyone's talking before Nemea does anything.
Well, initiative's on hold.
Yeah.
Well, we have to have the pre-fight kind of sass. No, we don't.
That's true.
You think you can defeat me? Ha!
Astaria looks at the symbols on their chest very pointedly and then looks at them again. Do any of them look particularly...
If we're not fighting, Leo's gonna try and walk closer. With like his hands kind of up a bit.
Turn and leave now.
He's gonna reach into his bag and pull out a book. I think you should turn around.
What book do you pull out?
You know what book I pull out.
Describe it for the class.
I actually don't know what it looks like.
It was like
a darkened something and had
It's
this...
the book Sasha found.
Yeah.
in the
So
library.
it looks like it at this point, which you wouldn't have noticed because of your condition. It no longer looks like what you originally thought. It simply looks like a tattered journal with the emblem of the Mad God on the center of it.
That's what it looks like to me or to everybody else.
To everybody and you now as well.
Great. I just fucked myself.
They
Astaria
stop.
goes and like grabs his arm.
Leo, what do you do besides hold the book up? Do you simply hold it up?
No, I told them that maybe they should turn around.
We have symbols of him as well.
Right. I think I have a little bit more. You know, we
Sorry?
talked about you.
Astaria tilts her head. Have you ever seen a pink forest?
Leo, do you open the book?
Sure.
Ow. Jesse, get ready for them strength saves.
It's time. It's time to lose half my wisdom.
I know, right?
Astaria is keeping
100%.
her hands or her arm on Leo, but not preventing him from moving, just remaining attached to him, basically.
Perfect.
It turns out that Calais actually did a Biff Tannen and swapped the covers on the books. So all that Leo has actually pulled out is an observer's guide to birds.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's a friggin' coloring book. It's a chicken coloring book.
Chicken coloring book, yeah. It's like,
Do you guys want to continue?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Are you
The
okay,
only
Lockie?
We're in initiative.
the only reason I haven't guiding bolted is because no one's told me it's my turn.
Sophia.
Also the cleric is interested.
Now,
Oh, fancy. Diplomacy.
Leo, I sincerely hope you know that Catabasis is immediately, because of all of this, questioning the fact that he's actually joined everybody.
Good. I'm glad.
Just like Calais.
Only at this point, Catabasis is questioning whether or not he'll actually live long enough to say, "What the hell is wrong with you guys? I'm out."
Several
Line of
things, but
deep regret.
Don't worry about it.
At the very least, depending on what happens here, he might tell Astaria that she could do better.
Honestly, yeah, probably.
listen, all I'm saying is, I'm ready to lose half my strength score.
In our
What are
Saturday,
you expecting?
Our Saturday game has a bunch of cursed books from the different deities, and every time somebody tries to touch it, it curses the mess out of us.
Ooh, I want that book.
I lost 5 points of wisdom. Thankfully, I'm a charisma caster. We had 2 of our party members go down to single digit strength scores before. It's a bad time. We don't touch the books anymore. I return them. I seriously my character's a little bit in commune with a bunch of them, and I literally bring them back to them. I'm we need to get this out of here.
A little bit.
Oh, goodness.
A little bit, yeah, it's a lot.
alright. As he opens the book,
Everybody dies.
first, the room seems to fill with a cloud-like smoke, obscuring anybody who is more than a foot away from you.
keeping extra tight hold of Leo and putting hand in pocket to hold onto the Prismira symbol for a second.
I thought the everyone dies part was a joke.
Sasha, Astoria, Flux.
Is it everyone, or is it everyone but Leo?
Leo.
What's up?
The Maya. All of you hear the voice of the god that you are either dedicated to or have had contact with. Simply saying welcome. Sorry, Cat, you have not been contacted by a god.
That's fine. I am laughing. Catabasis has no idea what's going on. Is he actually in this, or is he just in the dark in the back, like stuck in the cult room?
You are in this weird fog as well. Lockie also is not hearing anything, so don't feel bad.
I got a
Okay.
DM.
Does Catabasis see a tiny glowing mushroom? I need to know.
I don't think Catabasis needs to care about glowing mushrooms. He's just growing them on him already. Oh, no, his don't glow, but he's just growing mushrooms on his personage, and he's not okay with it. At this point, he's just looking around trying to figure out what the hell happened and if he's actually in purgatory now.
It's fine. We're just having a party.
I really don't think this is a party.
I think it's fine.
Wait, did they, after welcome, did they say to the Thunderdome?
No.
No.
Oh, thank God.
Do I get a sense that this is genuinely Prismira's voice?
Yes. Every one of you genuinely 100% believes this is your god or goddess. So, Sasha, this is Valerian. This is the first time you have heard him specifically speak to you.
I don't like that word believe.
No. If I close the book,
But
does
that's
it
as a
go
player,
away?
not a character.
I don't think you have much of a choice at this moment.
Yeah.
Leo, you close the book?
Yeah.
As you close the book, the smoke fades away, and you guys are all standing in what looks like a large, empty, stone cathedral. There are no symbols of the gods, however.
Okay. Thank you.
But you had the right thing. If it
Okay.
had those symbols, you would recognize it.
But it's very similar.
It is. You would bet your firstborn child that this is the exact same one without those symbols.
She grips Leo's arm like she's like, I've been here. I think sort of. It's not exactly the same, but I've been here.
He just closes the book, puts it back in his bag. Great. Let's look around.
Do I remember where the door was?
Yes, you do.
I just start moving towards it.
Okay. Does anybody follow her?
I feel like I don't have a
Catabasis.
choice.
Catabasis is just staying where he is, and he's looking around in absolute bewilderment and annoyance and shock. He's like, what the hell did you do? Where are we? What have you dragged me into?
I know it's a lot, but I'm gonna need you to simmer down.
A lot? A lot? This is more than a lot!
I completely understand that, and it's okay. Your feelings are valid, but it's a shitty situation, and we're gonna need to play it out.
I went to Evatoria to lay low, stay quiet, figure out what is wrong with me.
And
now
now
we're doing
teleported
whatever this
into
is.
a different cathedral that seems to be away from everyone.
Astoria pauses from her destination to the door, turns back to Catabasis. As soon as we're back home, I will go in the basement and I will help you, okay? But this needs...
We survive!
We will survive, don't worry.
Also, looking around now that you guys have settled, you do not see the cultists.
Oh, great.
Well,
I can't wait to run into them again.
Well, let's hope we don't.
Also, Astoria did let go of Leo. She didn't start dragging him with her. She just let his arm go and started walking towards the door.
I mean, he was already headed that way.
Yeah.
Have you been here?
No, but
Okay.
I mean, what else would he do?
You don't know where the door is. I know where the door is.
I just imagine we're at the cathedral, like in front of it. So
No, you're
there's like,
inside.
No,
we're inside.
You're
Okay.
in the main.
I'm looking for a specific door. I'm not just going to a door.
Oh, I thought we were like outside at like the
No,
front steps.
you
or
are
something.
inside. Sorry, that is my bad.
Okay.
You are inside. Astaria walks away from the group off to the back left of the room you were in.
Sasha is
There we go,
following his
divine
bodyguard
leadership.
with hand on sword.
Astaria is gonna go to the door and just see if it's this, like, if it has the same, like, seems to be the waterfall thing, all of that stuff, but she's not gonna go in yet. If she goes in at all. She's just checking it out to see if it's the same place.
So do you all follow Astaria?
Yeah.
Quick look around. I mean, is there
You
anything?
guys don't have to follow me. I'm just verifying where we are.
Yeah, quick look around. Like, I mean, what else is in here?
What is your passive? Or you can
24.
roll. All right. Looking around, you actually notice 8 doors.
How many of us are there? That's out of character. How many of us are there?
7.
It technically 8 with Locky.
No,
Oh, my word.
it's still 7 with Lucky, isn't it? 1,
Yeah, it's
2,
still 7.
3, 4, 5,
Is it?
7. Yeah, it's 7 with Lucky.
Oh, okay.
No, because I bought 7 message stones, that's why I knew it was 7.
Okay.
Are those like those feelings from inside that other room still present? Because you had said they had calmed down, but they hadn't gone away.
Nobody is feeling compelled to go in any direction. However, each of you who have spoken or dedicated yourself to a god are feeling a certain warmth in one area of the room or the other.
Okay. Astaria's first checking the door to see if she opens the door, not going in it, but opens the door, do I see the waterfall that I saw last time?
You go and reach for the door?
Yeah.
As you touch it, your hand actually passes through the doorknob.
Okay, that's different. That wasn't what happened last time, but that's okay. But I think that still kind of maybe confirms where we are, and I'm having suspicions. And then she's gonna go back to the group. Okay, so I believe I know where we are. And this is kind of like the temple of the gods. I think. Last time I was here, there were symbols that were for each god, but now there is not. That door. She pauses and has like a look on her face, like, do I say it? I followed that door last time, and it led me to the loam. I'm not talking about that right now.
Flux, like,
It was fine. I was fine.
Okay, so
I'm questioning
what else?
whether or not everybody is fine in this situation.
Flux, can I have a wisdom save?
I'm
Okay,
just
here we go.
peachy.
With
Disadvantage. Fuck, of course, because the first roll's a crit, of course. Okay, well,
Right.
hopefully. Before my fucking soul is rendered from my body, before Flux turns into a doppelganger, he'll look and he'll say that, yes, I think we all have
in the
something to
middle
talk
of
about.
speaking, your shoulder hurts so intensely, all you can do is scream in pain.
What's happening? What?
Oh no, we're okay.
That's all. You just got the pain.
Everything's fine.
Oh! At this point, Astaria would have brewed one of those potions. Because I was brewing them for Cat, but I might not have given it to him today. Could I use the Lesser Restoration potion on him?
On Cat?
On
Or-
Flux.
No,
Yeah.
Cat doesn't need it.
No, you're gonna pull out a potion, and he's gonna like gesture you away and say that it is one, it is fine. Two, that won't change anything.
What do we do? We can't do nothing.
As I said, I'm fine. It was superficial. I think
That doesn't seem superficial.
I'm looking at my HP counter, and I'm fine.
Flux, that did
Let
not
me get
seem
this straight.
superficial. What is happening? I am not listening to you say anything but what is happening.
I think we all need to go to the parts of the room that we're compelled to.
And what about those of us who aren't?
Pick a buddy.
I have no ties to any deities. The closest I had was my father, and he ended up dead.
Your father was a god?
Yeah, your dad was a
No,
god.
he worshipped one. He worshipped one, and it didn't do him any good.
What one did he worship?
Bolin.
Flux, you might want to check your HP again.
Refreshing the old D&D Beyond.
Okay, why is Flux dying?
No, we're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. We need to
What
talk.
Can I give you a lay on hands? Before getting me?
You can totally try and force a lay on hands.
I recommend you do not do that.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
force
don't.
it.
Yeah, no, don't touch me.
Do it. He's hurt.
No.
No, I'm fine. Flex is gesturing away. He genuinely like looks absolutely fine. Like he's not like stressed whatsoever. He has no like emotional like barriers. So there's like no like other than like his general like stern expression. Like he kind of wears his emotions on his sleeves. Like there's absolutely not a concerned like look on his face whatsoever, other than just general apprehension.
Astaria still steps up to him instead of following what he said.
Do you touch him?
No. It's Astaria.
I just wanted to make sure.
What is happening?
I think the gods are using this as playthings at the moment, and unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to play ball for a little bit.
Is it causing you actual problems?
I think right now it's causing all of us problems considering we're here.
That's not what I mean. I mean the pain he just felt.
Sorry, this is the point where pain isn't something we can focus on. We're trapped in a realm that apparently only you know about. The gods are apparently playing games with people, and he's getting hurt superficially for no reason. I don't think we have time to worry about that.
Do you remember that I'm a doctor?
All right.
Do you
Let's
remember
relax. Flux,
that we're
do
in
you
a divine
genuinely
realm?
Do you genuinely think that we have to all go where we go? That'll help.
Will that make it go away?
Yes or no?
Yes.
Quickly.
Yes,
Okay,
it will
let's
go away.
Go right now.
Do I believe him?
He's not lying.
Leo's already left and going where he feels compelled.
Astaria gives him kind of a stern look. If after this you're still feeling the pain, you tell me what's going on. And I'm not taking no for an answer.
I think there's a lot we all need to discuss.
And she heads towards her respective door.
Can I get... From Flux and Astaria, can I please get a D100 as if you were doing Divine Intervention?
Sure.
Jesus.
The worst roll for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love that if that was anything else.
No, I think you'll be fine.
Depends.
No, because Divine Intervention works. The lower is the better. You want to meet your class level.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's right.
And yeah.
You guys are only 5.
I got 4!
Oh, then it pops for you.
Well, that's if that's what it is.
I don't know what's happened.
Alright, Flux, what did you get, my dude?
I got 100.
That's
Oh no.
I know. I'd love it. I love it. Anytime you roll a D100, you want 100, except for stuff like Divine Intervention. Of course, this I would roll it.
Well,
Unless
Izzy
I-
said like divine intervention.
Yeah, that's
We
so.
don't
That's
know
what.
if
Oh
it's
no,
actually
no,
what it
sure,
is.
sure.
Did Flux just explode?
We're about to find out.
No, if you roll 100 on divine intervention, your god puts you in timeout for a week.
Everybody besides Flux.
Lives.
You are suddenly finding yourself looking around the room as the scene around you changes.
Two different scenes for each person or for everyone?
Everyone except Flux gets the same thing. There was a little combat between the gods going on, and I had those two roll off. What
Who
you
the gods
see,
are fighting?
what you see is the room is suddenly filled with plant life and these sort of floating ethereal waterfalls and these large burning fires that are in these almost copper looking basins. There's no one here, there's no god, no goddess. However, this feels a lot safer than the situation you were just in.
We see each other.
Astaria, yes, you do see each other. You see the two thrones as well that you've seen from your dreams. Everybody else, you except Flux, you see at the end two thrones. One with the symbol of Prismira, one with the symbol of Nalon. Again, you see no god or goddess, however.
Starry looks to Leo. Do I have any concept of what I may be supposed to do?
Right now, you get the concept that you were just pulled away from something that you should not have been at. You are feeling the warmth of the sun, even though there's none coming on you. From the smell of the salt water from your childhood, you're feeling protected.
Starry is gonna walk up to the throne of Prismira and just, try to touch it.
When you walk up, you notice two things. One, the throne is the only thing that seems to have any dust on it. And two, you see these translucent chains coming from below the ground, up over the sides of it and the back, holding it there.
Whoa, do these chains look familiar?
I was just about to ask the same question.
Astaria, you have seen these chains.
If I reach out to try to touch one of them, does my hand just pass through, or?
It just passes through, as if this is not where they are cemented. Everybody else besides Flux, you are also seeing all of the stuff that she is being described.
Poor Flux.
Tabasis is trying to find Flux right now.
Yeah, do we still see Flux, or did he get left in the oops?
Everything's fine.
Everything is decidedly not fine.
Everything's
but okay.
fine.
Yeah, what's that HP total at?
Yeah, plenty.
No, 7.
I don't
7,
know
you say?
yet. His scene
I have
hasn't
no idea.
happened.
I didn't look.
While you guys are exploring, I am going to Flux. Do you want it in whispers, or do you want it where everyone can hear?
Yeah, answers that.
There's that answer.
Well, this got 50 Shades of Interesting.
I feel like I should pull out the book more often.
No.
Yeah.
Definitely
If Catabasis ever sees that book again, he'll probably demand that it gets burned.
You could try.
I mean,